There's a white powder sitting in your kitchen right now that costs $2 and removes bathroom stains that no commercial cleaner on earth can touch. Not reduces them, not fades them, removes them entirely. A single paste application on a porcelain surface attacked by years of hard water mineral buildup, rust rings from old shaving cream cans, and the dark gray film that no scrubbing brush ever fully reaches. Gone. In under 30 minutes. With no fumes, no gloves required, no surface damage, and no trip to the hardware store. The cleaning industry generates over $50 billion every year selling you products that were specifically engineered not to solve your problem permanently. Because a permanent solution does not require a repeat purchase. A permanent solution destroys a subscription model. And the cleaning industry is, at its core, a subscription model disguised as a product category. The ancient Romans knew about this compound. Victorian housekeepers relied on it as their primary kitchen and bathroom maintenance tool. The United States military used it to restore field equipment in World War II field depots. And every single major cleaning brand operating today knows exactly what it is and why it must never appear on their marketing materials. The powder is called cream of tartar. Its chemical name is potassium bitartrate. And what it does to mineral deposits, rust stains, and oxidized porcelain surfaces is not cleaning. It is chemistry. Targeted, precise, irreversible chemistry that the industry has spent decades hiding behind proprietary brand names and laboratory-sounding ingredient lists. This is the story of the suppressed powder that empires used and corporations buried. Welcome to Fixvival. If this knowledge matters to you, the subscribe button and the bell are the only way to make sure these vaults stay open. Let me take you back to where this all begins. The year is 1163 AD. Inside the great vaulted wine cellars beneath the Abbey of Saint-Gilles in southern France, Benedictine monks are working. After the grape harvest ferments and the young wine settles, a thick crystalline crust forms on the inside walls of the oak barrels. The monks scrape it out carefully, grind it into a fine powder, and store it in sealed clay pots. They call it tartare. The tartaric acid powder, dissolved in a small amount of water and applied to copper cooking pots, removes the green patina of oxidation within minutes. Applied to the limestone stains in the stone washing basins near the cloister well, it dissolves mineral deposits that had resisted decades of scrubbing. The chemistry they did not understand was this. Cream of tartar is a mild but highly effective acid with a pH of approximately 3.5. The acid reacts with these mineral compounds and breaks them apart at the molecular level, converting insoluble stains into soluble salts that rinse away. The monks told the cathedral builders. The stonemasons used it to restore discolored limestone facades on churches across the Loire Valley. By the 14th century, cream of tartar was documented in French housekeeping manuscripts as a standard tool for wealthy households. Now move forward to 1832 in a laboratory in Vienna. Josef Freiherr von Liebig is the first to systematically document its reactivity. He publishes his findings, and the scientific community confirms what kitchen workers had known for 500 years. Industrial Britain in the 1850s was obsessed with maintaining the white porcelain sanitary ware that had become the symbol of modern civilization. Victorian porcelain was expensive and vulnerable to iron-rich hard water. Iron deposits left permanent orange-brown rings on toilet bowls and wash basins. Cream of tartar solved the problem. Victorian manuals from 1860 list it as the correct treatment for iron stains and mineral scale. Mrs. Beeton's famous Book of Household Management, published in 1861, references tartaric compounds for metal and ceramic surface restoration. This was the established professional standard for maintaining the most valued surfaces in the most status-conscious era of modern history. Now, let me show you exactly why this works, because the science is as elegant as it is simple. And once you understand it, you will never look at a bathroom stain the same way again. Every stain you have ever failed to remove from a porcelain or ceramic surface falls into one of three chemical categories. The first is calcium carbonate deposits. This is the white chalky buildup around faucets, on shower walls, and at the base of toilet bowls. It forms when hard water evaporates and leaves its dissolved mineral content behind. The second is iron oxide staining. This is the orange-brown rust color that appears in rings under toilet rims and around drain openings. The third is magnesium silicate compounds. These are the gray and dark mineral films that form on grout lines in high humidity environments. Commercial bathroom cleaners attack these deposits using one of two strategies. The first strategy is abrasion. Products that contain microbeds, pumice, or silica particles physically scratch the mineral deposit off the surface. The problem is they also scratch the porcelain glaze underneath, creating microscopic grooves that trap new deposits faster. The second strategy is alkaline dissolution. Products that use bleach or sodium hydroxide are highly alkaline, with a pH of 12 or higher. Alkaline solutions remove organic stains like mold, but they do nothing to calcium carbonate or iron oxide deposits, which are also alkaline. Cream of tartar works because it is acidic. Potassium bitartrate dissociates in water, to produce tartrate ions and hydrogen ions. Those hydrogen ions attack the calcium carbonate in mineral deposits and trigger a chemical reaction. The stain does not get scrubbed off. It gets chemically converted into compounds that dissolve in water and rinse away. When you apply cream of tartar paste to an iron oxide stain, the tartrate ions chelate the iron atoms. They bind to them and form soluble iron tartrate complexes that lift cleanly from the surface. Tartaric acid has a pH of approximately 3.5. This is low enough to dissolve mineral deposits, but mild enough to protect porcelain glaze. Hydrochloric acid, used by professionals, sits at a pH below 1. It dissolves stains in seconds, but can permanently damage fixtures. Cream of tartar operates in the precise chemical window that is destructive to mineral deposits, but safe for the surfaces underneath. A naturally buffered acid that attacks the stain without touching the substrate. This is not an accident of nature. This is targeted chemistry that cost $2 a bag. By 1952, the American household cleaning industry had undergone a transformation that would determine everything you have ever been told about bathroom maintenance. The post-war chemical boom had given Procter & Gamble, Colgate-Palmolive, S.C. Johnson, and a handful of other corporations the manufacturing infrastructure to produce synthetic cleaning compounds at industrial scale. And they had a problem. Cream of tartar cannot be patented. It is a naturally occurring byproduct of wine fermentation. You cannot patent a law of chemistry. You cannot own the tartrate ion. You cannot build a $50 billion corporation on a product that any grocery store sells for $2 and that any consumer can use directly without buying your brand. Think about what the cleaning industry actually sells. It does not sell clean bathrooms. It sells the experience of trying to clean bathrooms repeatedly with products that provide partial results and require constant repurchase. The entire business model depends on one elegant design principle. The cleaning problem must always feel managed, never solved. Every spray bottle of bathroom cleaner is engineered with a shelf life of roughly one application cycle, a chemical formula that removes surface-level organic grime while leaving mineral deposits intact, and a fragrance profile designed to signal cleanliness even when the underlying stain chemistry has not been addressed. The 1958 Federal Hazardous Substances Act gave cleaning manufacturers the ability to list ingredients under broad category descriptions rather than specific chemical names. What had been cream of tartar in a Victorian housekeeping manual became acidic descaling compound in a 1960s product brochure. The same molecule, under a different vocabulary at 20 times the price, diluted in water and surfactant, sold in a trigger spray bottle with aggressive television advertising. By 1975, the household cleaning category was generating over $8 billion annually in the United States alone. By 2000, the global market exceeded $30 billion. Today, it sits above $50 billion. Every single dollar of that revenue depends on consumers believing that bathroom stains require specialized proprietary chemistry available only in branded products. A $2 bag of cream of tartar in your baking aisle represents an existential threat to that entire economic structure. Not because it is a secret, but because it has been systematically excluded from the conversation about bathroom maintenance for 70 years. Pull the ingredient label off any major brand limescale remover sold in Europe, where ingredient transparency regulations are stricter than in the United States. You will find tartaric acid or potassium bitartrate listed as one of the primary active compounds. The manufacturers know, the regulatory chemists know, the formulation scientists know. The only people who do not know are the consumers standing in the cleaning aisle, are reaching past the $2 baking ingredient toward the $12 spray bottle containing a diluted version of the same molecule. The knowledge never disappeared. It simply retreated into communities that the cleaning industry had no way to reach with its marketing budget. In DIY home restoration communities, cream of tartar has been the open secret for vintage porcelain tub restoration for decades. Restorers working on cast iron claw-foot bathtubs from the early 1900s. Pieces with decades of iron staining and mineral buildup that no commercial product had ever successfully addressed, routinely use cream of tartar paste as their primary treatment before any refinishing work. The compound removes staining that professional restoration shops charge hundreds of dollars to address in a single afternoon for under $5 of materials. A materials science researcher at the University of Leeds published findings in 2019 documenting the efficacy of tartaric acid solutions on calcium carbonate mineral deposits in domestic plumbing fixtures. The study tested 14 commercially available descaling products against a control solution. The tartaric acid solution matched or exceeded the performance of 11 of the 14 commercial products. The 3 products that outperformed it contained hydrochloric acid at concentrations that the study classified as hazardous for unprotected consumer use. The study was published in the Journal of Applied Chemistry and cited 47 times in subsequent academic literature. 0 cleaning brands referenced it in any consumer-facing material. In professional hotel maintenance, where bathroom surfaces must be restored to pristine condition daily, head housekeepers routinely maintain stocks of tartaric acid powder. Not because a brand told them to, Because the institutional knowledge of professional housekeeping passed across generations, preserved what marketing spent billions trying to bury. The outdoor and camping community rediscovered it through cast iron cookware maintenance. Cast iron skillets develop rust spots in the field. Cream of tartar paste applied to rust spots on cast iron, left for 30 minutes, and scrubbed off removes surface rust without damaging the seasoning. The same chemistry that cleaned Roman bronze, Victorian porcelain, and WWE field equipment works identically on your camp skillet, 60 miles from the nearest hardware store. Here's exactly what to do. And it is almost insultingly straightforward. Go to any grocery store and find the baking aisle. Purchase food-grade cream of tartar. A standard 100-gram container costs between $1.50 and $3 depending on the brand and store. This single container is enough to treat every bathroom surface in an average home multiple times over. For hard water mineral deposits around faucets, shower walls, toilet bowls, and drain openings, mix 2 tablespoons of cream of tartar with enough warm water to form a thick paste, approximately the consistency of toothpaste. Apply this paste directly to the stained area using an old toothbrush, a cloth, or your fingers. Work it gently into the surface to ensure full contact. Do not scrub aggressively at this stage. You are not removing the stain by abrasion. You're initiating a chemical reaction that will dissolve it. Leave the paste in place for 15 to 30 minutes. For severe buildup, leave it for up to 1 hour. During this time, the tartaric acid is converting calcium carbonate and iron oxide into soluble salts. After the contact time, scrub gently and rinse with warm water. For severe staining, a second application will complete it. The porcelain beneath will be clean, unscratched, and chemically unaffected. The glaze will be intact. For iron rust stains, enhance the mixture by combining cream of tartar with hydrogen peroxide rather than water. Apply the same way, wait 30 minutes, scrub, and rinse. Rust stains will be gone after a single treatment. For grout lines, mix cream of tartar with white vinegar. This creates a more aggressive dissolution environment for porous surfaces. For copper fixtures, apply the paste directly, wait 10 minutes, and buff off with a soft cloth. Total investment, under $3. No protective equipment or ventilation needed. Safe for all sealed surfaces and septic systems. The same fundamental chemistry used for centuries to restore equipment. Simple, effective, and non-toxic. Every civilization that built bathrooms, installed copper fixtures, or laid ceramic tiles eventually arrived at the same chemical truth. Acid dissolves mineral deposits. Not neutral chemistry, not alkaline chemistry. Acid. Mild, selective, precisely buffered organic acid. The Romans used it in the form of wine vinegar on their marble bath complexes. Medieval monks used it as tartaric crust scraped from their fermentation barrels. Victorian housekeepers used it powdered from a ceramic jar on the pantry shelf. Military maintenance crews used it to restore field equipment in conditions where nothing else was available. And every single one of them got the same result that the $2 bag in your grocery store baking aisle will give you today. $50 billion in annual cleaning industry revenue depends on you never connecting those two things. $50 billion depends on you standing in front of a shelf of branded spray bottles, choosing the one with the most aggressive marketing language, taking it home, spraying it on your mineral stains, watching it partially reduce them but never eliminate them, and returning for another bottle. The knowledge did not disappear. It was priced out of your awareness. It was buried under marketing budgets and proprietary trade names. It was systematically excluded from every mainstream conversation about bathroom maintenance for 7 decades. The tartrate ion does not care about brand strategy. Calcium carbonate does not read ingredient labels. And the monks in 1163 were solving the same problem you faced last Saturday morning, staring at that orange ring under your toilet rim, reaching for a spray bottle that was never going to work. Chemistry does not expire. The knowledge was always there. $2, 20 minutes. The same result the industry spent billions hiding. If this vault changed how you look at your bathroom or the cleaning industry, then subscribe and share this now. Every share puts a crack in the wall they built. Every subscription keeps this channel digging where they do not want us to look.